Hey, 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 Aldwyn Altuney here.
And I'm Michael Thompson.
And welcome to
another episode of
Movie Review TV. We see films as they are, rate them out of 5 stars. Movie Review TV. Movie Review TV. Yes, 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 yes. Wonderful original music there by Michael Thompson. Well done.
Baby.
Yeah, baby.
Well, yeah.
Yes. And
Glad you liked it.
Yes.
Did you like it?
Yes. Yes.
How many stars would you give that
Oh,
tune?
that was just amazing. Definitely
You're
5
5
stars.
stars.
Definitely 5 stars for that tune. Well done, Michael. Well done.
That means go listen to it again when we do it on the next episode.
Yes.
Or rewind
yes.
this one.
Yes, absolutely. And the movie we're about to review is called what, Michael?
It's called
Can you
ever
forgive me?
Can you ever forgive
Can
me?
you ever forgive me?
Can you?
Can you ever forgive me? And I'm going to read this
Can
one.
you ever forgive me?
I'm going to read
We're
what
doing
this
these
is about. I'm going to let
reviews?
you know what this is all about. Can you ever forgive me?
Of course you can.
Can you ever forgive me?
There's nothing to forgive.
This is a 2018 American biographical film directed by Marielle Heller with a screenplay by Nicole Holofcener and Jeff Whitty, based on Lee Israel's 2008 memoir of the same name. Now, it stars Melissa McCarthy as Israel and follows her as she tries to revitalize her failing writing career by forging letters from deceased authors and playwrights. It was released in the US on October 19, 2018. The budget was $10 million US and it made 9.6 must be $1 million. I think I put $1 billion, but I think it's meant to be $1 million. $1 million. Definitely not billion. $9.6 million it made at the box office. So there you go. So it actually lost a little bit of money at the box office. Very interesting film here, I thought. Michael, what did you think of it?
Well, I hope it makes its money back in the end and more.
Yes.
Obviously it's going to come out on DVD. So, yeah, the profits will just keep on increasing. And, well, the $9.6 million, it says that was made, yeah, that's at the US box office. It is. It doesn't count overseas, cinema takings, does it? So,
yeah. That's true. So they probably have made their money back, actually.
Yeah.
I found a very interesting biographical film. I mean, I love movies based on a true story anyway. I really, really enjoyed this one. What did you think, Michael?
Yes, I really enjoyed it. I've no idea why it's called that name, to tell you the truth.
Can you ever forgive me? Well, for writing all those letters.
I guess it's for writing, for forging.
That's right, for all the
forging
forgery.
the letters from well-known authors like Dorothy Parker.
Yes, yes.
And people like that. So, yeah, but she did get away with it initially, didn't she?
She did. She got away with it. She got away with it 400 times, in fact. She got away with 400 letters of deception, forging letters from deceased authors and playwrights and selling those letters to collectors.
Yes, as I said,
for some time, hundreds of dollars US a pop, up to thousands of dollars they would sell for.
Yep. And one of the first ones she did was a forgery. I said it was with Dorothy Parker, one of her letters, apparently, that she wrote. But that was a forgery as well. I was thinking it was Noel Coward was another letter that she forged.
Yes.
And that was found out by one of the dealers, that she went to. So that's what sort of blacklisted her.
They did. They blacklisted her
from the from the author community, basically.
Yep. And the FBI came after her, although we won't give away too many details here. But basically, yes, that's right. I mean, the thing is, the truth always comes out in the end. So just be honest, peoples. Just be honest in your life, and it's the best way to live life.
Well,
really.
the truth is, this author, Israel, she suffered writer's block. She did, so she had to think up of another way to make money. She did, unfortunately, and the publisher didn't want to purchase any of her other stuff. Like she was doing a biography. Was it Fanny Bryce? I think it was
Fanny Bryce.
Fanny Bryce. There was another author, And the publisher wasn't interested.
Yeah.
So that's why she started forging these letters from famous authors.
Yeah, and the publisher actually said you need to make a name for yourself, because there was another author that was making $10 million or something for his. It was a lot of money that he was making every book, or $3 million or something. It was a lot of money that this other author was making every time he put a book out. And she's like, how come I can't get a $10,000 advance when this other author was making millions of dollars? And the publisher said, well, the other author has a name for himself, so you need to make a name for yourself. And that's exactly what she did by forging all these letters. She made a name for herself, didn't she?
Yeah.
That's not really a respectable way to make a name for yourself.
No, it isn't. Well, that was a famous author. It was that I can't remember who it was, but it was a well-known author. It was making, I think it was $3 million.
$3 million.
For each one of his,
$3 million.
Each one of his biographies. I think it's writing biographies.
Yes.
And she had written some books before, but and I think they might have done okay. But she didn't have a name. She wasn't a named author at all. But she did have one book on the bestsellers list, the New York Times bestsellers list.
Yeah,
she did, which is the top 200 books that are sold.
Yeah,
so she must have
been okay.
Made some money from that, and sort of named probably known in the publishing circles and by some people. So plenty of people must have had her book, one of her earlier. I can't remember what it was. I think she might have written was it an autobiography of who was it? Can't remember who it was, but yeah,
not memorable.
I thought I said she ran into a brick wall, hit the wall, as they say in marathon running, or suffered writer's block. Although the best writers don't really suffer from writer's block. I've heard so.
She was 51-year-old, quite butch, actually lesbian. Her sexual orientation was lesbian, and not that has anything to do with it. She was quite a butch kind of lady and not a very friendly personality. In fact, she had no hesitations stealing things from people, and lying and stealing, and she wasn't a very likable person actually at all in this film. But by the end of it, it looks like she started to come to her senses a little bit. However, for most of the movie, she's really not a likable protagonist.
No, she's not. She's pretty much square, isn't she? She's a pretty grumpy person.
Yeah, very grumpy, miserable.
Yeah, she's not a good person to get along with.
No.
As a publisher.
Hence why she didn't have many friends. And she found one friend who was, Jeff Whitty or Jack. She had one friend.
That was played by Richard E. Grant. It was so, and he was another gay guy. Well, both gay.
Yeah.
But he was sort of a typical nerdy English type of guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I don't think he actually did anything, did he?
Not Jeff Whitty. Sorry, the screenplay was by Jeff Whitty. I'm confused here. Anyway, Jack was the character, and Jack was the character, and he was quite a character. And he was a gay guy, so he was an interesting character as well.
And he didn't do anything basically to hang around with with Israel. That's all he did. I don't think he actually does anything for work. He just sort of hangs around and annoys people.
He was pretty much homeless and just kept picking up young guys to sleep with.
Yeah, that's right.
And and he was partly, I would say, responsible for the killing of Miss Israel's cat at one point in the film. I don't know whether he poisoned the cat. I'm not really sure what happened there, but the cat was not looked after. And Miss Israel was very upset, and so the two of them, there was some friction there with the two of them.
It's definitely a change of direction for Melissa McCarthy. She's obviously been in, I think of her mostly in comedies. Yeah,
it was. I've seen her in comedies, and she's always has that dry sense of humour in the comedies as well. So there were actually one or two funny lines there was some dry humour amongst this film, but generally, I kind of felt a bit sorry for her, even though she's a miserable character. I kind of felt like, well, she's very smart and ingenious the way that she's come up with forging these letters, because she was a month behind in her rent. She had to do something. Yeah. And I guess there's worse things people can do, like, they can go bashing people or, a lot of physical harm. I guess forging these letters, she's kind of created a bit of a legacy in the forging of these letters, she's created a bit of a legacy, I guess, with these letters.
She was in a trough, so she had to do something.
She had to do something. So it's amazing, you know, what the human spirit can come up with. And she kind of bumped into this situation by chance, and
unfortunately,
amazing.
It couldn't be turned in a more positive direction. As in, I mean, why couldn't she be creative and come up with maybe a fiction story? I think she wanted to write biographies. As I said, she tried to sell a biography of Fanny Bryce. The publisher, and the publisher says, "Who wants to read a biography about Penny Bryce?"
Well, she ended up writing a story. Her memoir actually has the same name, Can You Ever Forgive Me? So she ended up writing a story about what she'd been through. So hence, and she would have monetized that very well, I would say, by now. So she turned all of
maybe she turned it around then.
Challenges into opportunity for herself, really, which is, you know, a very smart thing to do. Although we do not say that we support people who lie and cheat and do things like that. We don't support that. However, in one way, it's kind of creative that she came up with this way of making money when she was down and out. You know, she could have ended up homeless, I guess, and, you know, on the streets and not doing anything. Or she, you know, she could have written another book. She might have done well with another book, but it seemed like she was barking up the wrong tree with the Fanny Bryce.
Biography. That's what she was thinking of writing.
So, however, a really interesting documentary, very interesting. I'd never heard of Lee Israel before this. I'd never heard of her. So it's definitely educated me on an interesting American author who got away with a lot of forgery, really, in the end. She actually got away with a very light sentence, I thought, in the end. But anyway, you need to watch it for yourself and see what you think. So I give this one, out of 5 stars, I give it a 3.5, this one.
Yeah, me too.
3.5.
3.5.
3.5 stars.
Yeah, so go see it if you don't know about this incident, especially. Because I'm sure there's been other people that a lot of other people that have done literary forgeries in the past, you know, in terms of letters and etc., even books. You know, people have you know, there've been forgeries done in the past, hasn't there? So
yes.
So I didn't even know. I wasn't aware of this scenario. She did her forging letters.
Yes.
So,
and authentication certificates aren't necessarily authentic. So there you go. That was something else I learned. You can't always trust the authenticators.
Well, I think these booksellers, you know, that accept letters from famous authors, I think they're pretty strict about authenticity.
Yes, I'd say they would be nowadays after this film's come out, for sure.
Well, I think they were back then. That's why she got found out.
Yeah. Yeah, she was very clever, though. Like, she even put the letters, you know, put the paper through the oven to make it look older and things like that. She was very clever in what she did. She traced the signatures, you know, very clever little strategies. But, of course, the truth always comes out in the end. So that's the moral of the story.
I'm glad she wrote so she actually wrote this, did she? So maybe she exercised it out of the system if she wrote.
Well, she wrote a memoir of the same name, and then the screenplay was done by Nicole Holofcener and Jeff Whitty.
Maybe writing the memoir sort of got her off her chest, sort of help expel the demons.
Yeah, I guess so. And even though she has created a name for herself, I wouldn't say it's a very respectable name.
But she told the truth in the end.
She did tell the truth in the end. Yeah.
So maybe that helped her.
Yeah.
You know, relieve her you know, darkness, her anxiety concerning the whole thing. So
yeah, so well done to the makers of Can You Ever Forgive Me? Yes, we can always forgive
Melissa
people.
McCarthy's always good to see. As I said, this is a drama rather than a comedy, which she usually does, like Ghostbusters and movies like that. So
yes.
And I think she was in she had Pitch Perfect 3 as well. Pitch Perfect.
I'm not sure, but yeah, she's been in quite a few movies, and she usually plays a comedic character with dry humour, which she does do dry humour here. But I wouldn't say there's a lot of comedy. There's just a few funny lines.
It's straight ahead drama based on you know, the biography of the happenings of Israel.
Yeah. So cheers, Michael. Cheers to the.
Be true to yourself and don't forge anything.
Cheers. Cheers.
Don't lie. Don't pretend.
That's right. The truth always comes out in the end. So
don't be a forger.
That's
Be
right.
authentic.
Honesty
and
is
truthful.
the best policy.
That's the message that you
Yes.
should get from this movie.
Honesty is the best policy. Give me a S. Yes, that's right. Honesty is the best policy. What did you think of Can You Ever Forgive Me? Have you seen it? If you have, pop your thoughts. What were your thoughts on the movie? Pop it under this movie review, wherever you're watching it, anywhere in the world. And we would love to hear from you. And if you like what you've seen, then make sure you like this video, share the love on social media, subscribe to the Aldwyn Altuney channel on YouTube.
Do it.
And check out all of our other episodes. This is episode 36 now, Michael. 36 we've just done with Can You Ever Forgive Me? And we're off to see Aquaman for a second time. So we're going to be running out the door very shortly to see Aquaman down at the Star Casino on the Gold Coast for a second time, which I'm sure we'll enjoy even more the second time around. I just want to go see those muscles. So we reviewed Aquaman in our last one. Here we go. Here's my cat. Here's my cat coming into the movie. There we go. This is Tiger, my putty cat, who's now about 11. He's about 11. He was adopted about 10 years ago. He always likes to say his bit too. So anyway, so we're off to see Aquaman, and I want to go see those muscles. So we reviewed Aquaman on episode 35 on Movie Review TV. So if you haven't seen our review, go check that out as well. And make sure you
check it out.
Like us on Facebook as well, Movie Review TV on Facebook. And we'll be back with more exciting movie reviews very shortly. Any final words, Michael?
I'd say we're the superheroes as well as Aquaman.
Yes.
We can call ourselves superheroes.
We're superheroes too because we're super. And
Yes,
we are heroes in our own lifetime. And we love ourselves. And love is around the corner with Valentine's Day.
Superheroes in our own minds. And on the movie review TV shows, since we're the only ones that are doing it, we can call ourselves whatever we want.
We are super. And so are you. You're super too.
If there's an Aquaman, what superhero are you? You're Wonder Woman, of course.
I'm Wonder Woman, yes, of
Who am
course.
I? Do you think I'm Flash Gordon?
You could be Flash Gordon, definitely. You're very Flash, Michael, at the best of times. So,
okay.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll be back soon with more Movie Review TV
Flash.
episodes.
See, I've got the music going already.
Yes, got the music going.
I just need the. He's got a Flash Gordon suit.
Yes, we'll have to get the suit out for a future episode. Maybe for episode 50.
You can get that Wonder Woman gear on the
I've got
the
the
tiara
Supergirl.
and the lasso, is it?
Yes, I have to get the Wonder Woman outfit. I've got the Supergirl outfit, which you'll see on my Instagram.
We could do that for the next if we do a superhero movie next.
Yeah, maybe we'll get dressed up.
We'll be reviewed by Flash Gordon and Wonder
Supergirl.
Woman.
Well, until I get a Wonder Woman outfit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. They'll be bright outfits and with a bit of gold and a bit of glitter.
Okay.
And like these
Wonder
magic
Woman.
wands.
You have the invisible jet. Of course, no one will see it. You can just say it's there, though.
Yes, the invisible jet.
That's
true.
Jet.
That's true. There could be lots of invisible things going on, which we might share with you when we come to do that episode. Anyway, thanks so much for watching us. We will be back soon with more Movie Review TV.
Well done, Melissa McCarthy.
Yes, well done, Melissa.
Can you forgive me? I want to see you in the comedy next because
yes.
That's where I know you're from, and I like comedy best. And
I like comedy.
She's a good comedian.
Yes.
There isn't many female comedians, but
no. Magda Szubanski's very good. I like
yes.
Magda Szubanski, Australian.
But Melissa McCarthy's good at comedy.
Yes.
So I want to see you in whatever in the next type is a comedy.
Yes.
Because I think that suits her the best.
Yeah, I think it suits her better too. But although she did do this one very well,
she was so dry. That's why.
Yeah, I almost didn't recognise her at first. So they did a good
she
job
was so straight
with the makeup and the hair.
Point.
Yes, very straight and to the point.
And a bit obnoxious. And
yes.
A little bit
obnoxious, yeah. The American way almost. A lot of Americans like that.
And up front. So, it's what you need to be a stand-up comedian as well. So that tells you that comedy suits her.
True. All right, we're signing out for now and we'll catch you again soon. Bye for now. Cheers.